and who to call can make all difference. Or in danger or accident, if someone is unconscious by calling the emergency toll-free line 767. Now here is what to do when you call. Stay calm. Now can contact you if needed. Stay on the line. Follow any instructions. Don't hang up until law. Let's work together to make Lagos safer for you. This message is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Stay alert, stay safe.
What's your emergency?
A very good evening to you. Welcome to the Situation Room live on Mail. Of course, today is the 27th day of the year. Of course, the month rather. We'll talk about all of that on the show today. And then we'll also look at some other issues that is going on in this country, especially in the area of... and what that means is that Mr. Mᴜɪᴡsᴜ joins with the West African region as ECOWAS outlasts making sure that democracy thrives in the ECOWAS region from the influx of the also continues to development, accelerated growth in develop themselves. We've seen, we'll also look at the southern region, the South Africa, Mozambique, and it's obviously affecting their development positive. Islamic jihadists, and it's slowing integrate each other into regional that Nigeria and Niger Republic established. Chad actually closed its border against Nigeria, where the lies less than 2,000 under the military rule, and are struggling to deal with. And well, the military, the constitutional region, and if you know how peace of this country plays a you are for us to in other countries, economic size of military warfare. I think in the last 16 years with internal attack that steps out for the withdrawal of have less than 400,000 men in our police. People are attached to VIPs. You see people that you cannot count. If you're traveling into Lagos on the Corvette, on the bridge looking for policemen, I was giving a story of I was at the airport also on the same flight, and I saw the number of policemen running around, opening the door, taking his bag. Maybe a lot of us don't even know that some of the work that we expect these soldiers to be doing are actually some people that are together. No level of development can thrive or can be sustained in another news.ng is also the immediate past. Let's do to be excited about. We know when the worshippers in Eruku was also families seeing fresh attacks in terms of the God. According to the Nigerian 99 Constitution as amended, the primary line with your political party, whether they align with your tribal sentiment, what affects them. Mr. Mᴜɪᴜsᴜ, with all of the happenings from schools being shut, a question of a failed responsibility of kind.
Talking about insecurity, I think we will not. We are talking of a state of some theory. Yes, there's still another. We are moving, and it's towards America. So whatsoever, which are the fortunate to say that ever since we never almost the same thing. I think what ought to have been done far earlier. So. And more shameful, even there was a dress, how to lie down, how to do everything. Or 3:30, military withdrew from that scene. Who gave that instruction? And any answer to that question? And until I think there had been an security information that something is happening, go to 10 minutes to withdrew. For us, who gave that instruction? And they should want to convince when you know they were coming. If we've not for the suspicion, and it's sort of at least to be absolved of this complicity himself, I think to allege. I'm listening. We're going to investigate until that happened. Where I think America from coming, complacency come and assist us out. No, so it's not Niger, about those. Is it? So why would they get that one? So I think I don't want to talk. You might think they've on this and they are capitalizing on it. Smarter. It could have been another thing. At least when they killed, what happened? When they killed about 300 in our life. Don't understand. But on some point, the president now, vast majority of your people
are being.
Are you going on the duty or meeting? That one will lead us. Do you know? We started the station of all these police. They have always been doing that every time. And before you know it, what was announced, IGP instruction never been effective at that level. And your guess is good as policemen from VIPs. So if you had 1,000 plus or thereabout, at least two of that. So I think that percent is 10%, right? No, 35. Yes, that's 20. So almost 15%. We're not talking of a civil defense. We're not talking of soldiers. Over 30% meant for our police officer, whatever. Do you understand? You begin to wonder. A whole community now being sandwiched. Do you understand? People, a political office holder or whether soldier to go and
all of those.
I didn't know guiding his property in Abuja. It has gone so. Whereas I think it's for came things that even the state assembly that Abuja and one or two states have not for FCT from implement, but they stopped it. Whereas we turn our National Assembly to become a circus, right? Where you talk about somebody is kissing, somebody wanted to kiss me. Do you understand? So whereas major issues that supposed to be debated. Okay, I think what you call it, what you call this theater that will continue. That's
a series.
Home theater. That our government is only good in reacting. That recruiting 50 police officers, they understand, to fight this battle, and they ruled. So by the time of Boko Haram and Bandit, the secondly is that if you look at all those, the forest guards, all those things, the ranching, do you understand? And you are expecting state, you didn't say that. So you are playing creeping to the south matter now. But for whether any interpretation not is right now, and listen, okay. Do you know that in Adamawa State, more than half where Buba Marwa came from, also Boniaro now. Do you know Tᴏɪᴜᴜ local government? Those areas
stay
from the great fertile land, you understand, with
some local government in
Kogi. They make shit, not Nigerians. Since they will invite them to come, they killed all of them. To come and revenge, ravaging their family.
It's gone. It's over.
It's over and gone. Then go and bring their mercenaries
Greenery.
for the grazing. So dream of coming to that place again. So they will just be coming occasionally. I've said it here. If a community is known as how to get there, is I think, and the government not asking.
How did that happen?
I do that does not have owners.
Of course.
Go to any no farm, there's no forest. Owners giving sufficient information about those who occupy they have districts. Are they supplying the information to the security? Yes, they came to us. They had agreement. And they are still living there now. Ruler, some of this problem practically create effect to the issue of farmers' elders clash. It is going to stop the issue of killing people because we want to take up their lands to feed cattle. Billions of naira being budgeted. If you really want a solution on open grazing, if you have cattle, take them back to your own land, or buy land to raise your pigs. To also ban land, they will not take their cow from Sokoto and trek down to Lagos. They will not take their cow. They cattle from Adamawa or Maiduguri and track it cold. Just announced that we're in my brother, the problem in this axis is half solved. The one in the RFIs came to them that please state. They see before you finish one, another one's coming.
Be published.
In other words, they don't want them to mention or know what's happening, and Trump will continue to kidnap a pregnant woman
and some children
and
in
some
the
children,
same community.
Same community, and children. They is safe. My children was screaming that study clear. God is safe. That God is only our.
That particular, and then we'll have to seed more vulnerable than you are. Nobody probably knows you. I'm done.
It's quite unfortunate, and I know many persons. At Nigeria,
he did too much.
More than
like
what
my mom would always.
And the major part of America. If you didn't pay, if you can wake up alive the second, you understand? And instead of mucus to come from your nose, it's blood. So, you understand? And the bones, you are having and make the room warm, and that room cannot come warm without putting
on the.
Even if it's 1 a.m. that your card exhausted.
Your light to go.
Yes, you must quickly see how to, right? But in Nigeria, or in what do you call it?
In game cattle ranch.
That's a very good chimney, and any money you can survive. But those over there, but here we have woman and leadership disasters. To the extent of the security, right? You find it difficult, even in this Lagos state. How many police stations? When people are calling, let them call in. I know how social communities that's supposed to be doing regularly beached police vehicles. We did that because we wanted to. I gave us a glance of criminality has changed in this part. Those guys still fall are still in elsewhere, because if not, they don't have that. Those guys there, they are not educated, right? So they don't have the intellectual. They don't have anything upstairs. Him or her. If you go to a whole street, it was
card
and danger and yes, and the danger. Someone just happened recently. That must transfer it, but I think it's just a day. But I think it was yesterday. They're not engaging boundary tree methods. But America might be security. What a state in America, in Nigeria up to now. Number of we have been to monitor streets by system, but we are not spending on security or the few that are surviving. Whereas we know
those people would have to look for means of survival.
They must look for means of survival. Do you understand? So without doing that, countries, 8 years, no inmates. How the okay, imagine a stream like Nigeria. Of those resources to be a sort of blessing.
Mr. Mᴜɪᴡ, you very first time that president should declare state of emergency behind by the system. Wow. 20th area of Niger State. Here we go again. Mr. Mᴜɪᴡ, as 10 had been successful, the tension of the fact that some countries around we need to probably have one in Cameroon. Former president now comes the transitional president quarters. Earlier today cracked a small Guinea-Bissau military saying it was the electoral result scheduled for tomorrow. This election rival Fernando Diaz had also, however, his critics had previously accused the country had fallen to a coup. We've seen coup in Mali on the 18th over. In 2021, it was in Chad. His son also faced the consequences of the same. In Mali, the second president, Alpha Condé, was ousted in Guinea, again in Burkina Faso. This time, it was successful. That and General Abdurrahman Chiani actually took over. And of course, just yesterday, we have Brigadier General N. Nchata and Colonel D. Nchama, the head of the year. He took the oath in office in a muted proceedings at the headquarters of ECOWAS. In fact, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the immediate past president of ECOWAS. The current president of ECOWAS had also reacted. Ali Yusuf had also condemned the military coup. West African chaotic situation, but
what? So if we are providing leadership to this kind of not good 16 African
under the military,
at the
only 90 in their
in
government.
Those, I think in the recent times, and a lot of things that happened in the barracks, and not directly but related to, because as such is in jail now. Some of these bandits run, I think, those country, Guinea-Bissau. It's quite unfortunate that one constant issue. I think this 9th coup, if I'm not mistaken, are talking of a tiny country. I think is where everybody islands they have, and that's America. So if you borrow themselves sense, let's give themselves. I think you see them how they look like. So that's, you know what, all those things increase poverty. We're expecting results was announced.
Military islands. How long should it take you to count
2,000 of elections? I mean, do you understand? So the point I'm trying to, credibility crisis. Anything can happen. As expected of them. 3 elections. Why is election being in the position of the people who know that they lost an election? We lost this playoff match for good sentiment. Yes.
It was a deserved loss.
It was a deserved loss. Mentally stressed. You begin to think that with the referee to declare us winner, when people react, God for it. They are now alleging the president of this. If election in the country ought to have taken place and gated illegally.
I mean, the possibility of ruling that out is
high syndrome of African leaders where I did for you and this for Abi. Not living being. So what I'm saying is that the inability, the credibility been blamed. Military has never been enough. Haven't they changed it? In charge, haven't they changed it in office? Once they were able to manipulate the system, you continue to be in office. So, but that's the problem. All this happening for Nigeria, the election, Okoyemi, that all the opposition, we didn't see competition there. See, all of them, 27, all of them, 26 case may be 2027 is our wish. High, competitive. Okoyemi, some people we have said in this program for people to ADC already they have last.
He's been on the show.
Chairman, even Islam, even Yas Congress, they also have their Congress. You know what I'm saying? Who will determine this? They waste their time from lower courts, Section A of Action B. Are you certain where the judgment will come? Happen to the party. The same case, the same matter. Amechi, others will tell us they don't have their own party. We knew how many parties formed by Obasanjo when he was in government. To fall back on.
Chief Olagunsoyinlola just mentioned the fact that him.
We need us is not a part to fall back on. Can easily penetrate. But people are not strategists. We never had a politician as a sitting president. Okoyemi, the strategy of APC on performance or what they do, what they did not do, but they are. I'm telling you the truth. Come, but tell us something. But we know how we feel when you get to our houses. Give it to your hand. So, but because the opposition. El-Rufai led the team to go and
was my guest last week Friday on the show. El-Rufai came into the party, they knew that hey.
Oh, you don't have to do this to tell you that, man. So, and then the business of politics. So they don't have, listen to me. Politics is the best in this country. Listen, you control minds of the people. You shape opinion. How many? They always talking about sponsoring religious because
agenda they have.
So you think they are just throwing their money to the ocean? About Macaulay, Tribune, Western Religious Cash, champion. Politicians always have a way, media,
to push their.
Go to Cocoa House, University. How many people knew that? Not the way Atiku is doing it. I mean, 1.5 years or 2 years to 11. People are living it, and you think it's stagnant. You understand? So the point I'm trying to make is that no matter the noise they are making, ADC. It's form now. They told him that people now says that's the fact.
Does not.
So my brother, the politics is not. It's a game.
It's a black and white core.
You know what? We that are the players know how to give themselves slight tackles. And hey, my brother, are we not here for and see hand of God? For many years. Do you understand? But what is jello? What is jello? And for God's sake, Nigeria wants election to be competitive, organized. Yeah, but now we
absolutely painful. We have to go. And shaping the agenda. Global news at 5:30, and I would also have Conference League and the Europa League. All meeting next